Hello, some people have asked me to provide a video on how to use Portara's main product to construct data from CQG's historical 1-minute databases that is compatible with NinjaTrader, and we'll just read straight into the data manager. Now, although Portara provides a service where it creates the NTD files for you, some power users and funds who need a portfolio of symbols that they need to work with daily are better suited to the main product. So here's how that all fits together. Making Portara compatible with Ninja is the easiest thing in the world. The first thing we need to do is just check that our adjust for dual DST differences flag is set to off, because that all happens internally inside Ninja. And if you need to change any of the tick sizes or big point values, this is the area that you would do that. We'll assume that's correct. The first thing we need to do is set our session time. Some of you will have 24 hours, so there's no need to even do this. For the sake of this demo, we'll choose the British pound, and we'll go from the old 0720 to 1400, which was the old pit hour legacy times. And for NinjaTrader users, you need to set that always, doesn't matter where the symbol is, what exchange it's on, always set it to CQG Chicago time. And when you're ready, we save. Now we open the role manager and drag that in. And if you're not familiar with Portara, there are other tutorials out there that you can watch. And the reason we're doing this video is to think about it from NinjaTrader angle. So I'm going to go straight in with BP and we're going to roll those contracts. Okay, and when that's finished, we'll just take a quick look at the roll log, and in each and every case it's going to create a roll log here, and you're going to be able to see when the roll dates were and the number of ticks it decided to cumulatively roll upon in each and every contract, and all that is available in there. Okay, and when we're complete, we'll now open the compression manager intraday, and we shall also drag that in. We select BP, and then as a one-off we need to set up our symbol mapping to NinjaTrader. So the British pound in Ninja is 6B, and then we need a hash and another hash, hyphen hash hash dot last, and this is the way NinjaTrader sets up its continuous files. And you can do this for any of the custom symbols in Portara, or you can do it the other way around, going mapping from NinjaTrader back to Portara symbology. It's up to you. When you're ready, you just save. Make sure it's in CQG US Central. You've got Saturdays and Sundays selected. Make sure you are using the custom symbols that you have just set up, and right click into the templates and select the NinjaTrader template and apply that, and you'll see now everything is ready to go. So we shall click create streams and create the data for NinjaTrader compatibility, and when that's complete you just say done. And next time you open Portara, it's going to remember all those settings, so it's a one-off setup for it. Now if you want to look at the data you've just created manually, go into the 1 minute, there's the file that you've just created. We'll double click on that. That's opened off screen, just bear with me, and there is the file. So you can see it's all NinjaTrader compatible all the way through, and we're now going to open NinjaTrader and read that data in. And now with NinjaTrader open, we first go to the instrument manager. If you haven't done this already, then you need to choose 6B, and down at the bottom here in this expiry, you need to go right down to the bottom and see this hash hash hyphen hash hash. Make sure you select that, and if you click on this left arrow, you'll see that it now populates 6B in here. You need to do this prior to the reading of the data through the import manager, and once that's done, you just simply click OK and you are good to go. Next we open our Historical Data Manager as so, and just to chat about these settings here. Inside Portara we chose end of bar, so we leave this on end of bar, but there's a start of bar model in there as well in case you want to go down that route. The data type we choose last because that's what we're dealing with, and what we can do as well is generate the day bars from the imported 1 minute, so we're going to click on that to allow that to happen. Now the main focus is here in this time zone of imported data, and it's very important that you select the time zone of where this data actually is time zoned in the creation of it. So we know that was Central Time US, that's what we did inside Portara, so we need to set that to Central Time US, and then when we are good to go we start the import, and if you look down here you'll see that import in. Once we select the data, open, and there briefly for a few seconds it's going to do the import, and we can see there that the historical data imported successfully. Now, as many of you can tell, I am a Brit and I am sitting in GMT, and if you look at the bottom of the screen there you'll see that I am set up, and I'll drag that in to show you into GMT, and we're going to look at the location of where you are around the world, whether you're in Australia or you're in the US in Chicago, or you wherever you need to be. Ninja is fully compatible to your local time zone, but we need to go in and test when we read in our data that that is so. Portara data is carefully constructed behind the scenes to be compatible with Ninja DST. I'm going to show you that here. So this is the daylight saving times in the US, Sunday March the 8th, and I'll just move that back and bring in another one. This is the British summertime 2015 in the UK, and if we click in there we can see that that was March the 29th. So you see between the 8th and the 29th there is a patch of movement, which is the dual DST differences, which Portara and Ninja are set up to be compatible with. And let's just look at how that works. We go into edit and there's the date, and if you look and you see, well, look, in the UK the end date usually is 6 hours between Chicago and the UK, and if we open up, go down to March, let's see, March 2015, and we click right down in that data, we can see there that the starting date, the 0720 start, 6 hours later is 1 o'clock, 1:21 in the afternoon, and that will finish at 8 o'clock in the evening. And if we creep through that data just one click at a time, you'll see that the end date is 2000 hours, and that will continue until the 9th of March, and now the Chicago has moved forward where London hasn't, so there's now a 5-hour difference, and Portara and Ninja know that, so your data is still fully compatible there, and that continues up 1900 until we pass our watershed date once again. Now we're on the 30th of March and it's back to knowing that there's now 6 hours difference. Okay, so the local timestamps in Ninja are all correct, but what about if we change down here and we make it now where this computer is set to be in Chicago time? Let's take a quick look at that. So if you were a trader trading from Chicago and not in the UK, your computer would be in a different mode and you'd be in Chicago time locally. So let's change the computer to mimic that, Central Time US, and save. So the computer's now in Chicago time. What we need to do is delete from our database the original import, and then what we'll do for good measure is close NinjaTrader, and we shall open up NinjaTrader once again. And now that Ninja's open, we repeat the process. Open our Historical Data Manager, make sure that we are looking to open our data in Central Time, as so. We'll create the daily bars and we shall start the import. Point to the file. Here it is importing here. There's our success box open. Then we go to edit, check the data down to the 1 minute, and we'll drill back down to, let's just open June, the top file, and we can see there, look, it's 1400 hours as we'd expect, and the opening time in this case is 0721 because it's end of bar. Okay, and if we go down to March of, it was 2015 I do believe, and if we go down to the start of March, and we can see again 1400, and if just to refresh your memory, March the 8th was the DST in the US, and the 29th, which is now irrelevant, was the British summertime in the UK, but we're not in the UK anymore, so let's just check that theory. This 1400 hours, we move 14, and look, even though DST moved in the US, it doesn't matter with the data, it hasn't bothered it at all, and it's still in compatible format. Okay, so the final thing is we could view some data on chart. We go to File and we go to New, bring in a chart, we select BP, and I've double clicked that so it appears here, and then you just simply go into the number of days to load, and we'll throw 5,000 in. Okay, so it captures everything, and then that's opened off screen. Let me just pull that in. There it is, and there's all your lovely data, continuous back adjusted from CQG and Portara with the right sessions in order all the way back to, you can go all the way back to inception if you wish. This data run was simply on a small selection from 2014. Let me just pull in the data box there, and you can see there's all your data, and it's happy days. Okay, thank